Pillow. Pillow. Thank you. Maybe movies. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Maybe Movies. My name is Max.
Oh, my name is Sam.
And we are, as we always are, your one-stop shop for movie character wife swap.
Indeed we are.
Thank you to everyone who does watch the videos. If you do enjoy what we do here, then please do. All the usual. Do like, share most importantly, and subscribe to the channel. Especially, as I said, sharing there. If, like us, you are one of those people who likes to play with the two most powerful words in the English language. And no, I'm not talking about I'm offended.
Thank goodness.
No, I'm of course talking about what if. So, I don't know, what if Herbie the Love Bug on his big race found that the other racers were being struck off by a certain demonic car? What if, rather than tracking a team of American commandos through the South African jungle, the Predator found himself arrayed against 100 men of Harlech, honour-bound to defend the hospital at Rorke's Drift? If you've ever wondered any of these things, then this is the place for you.
Indeed it is.
And we are in the middle of our twofer this month of Death Warrant.
Oh, I'm stir crazy.
Which last week, if you were with us, you'd have seen. We were with Stir Warrant.
Stir Warrant, yeah.
Which saw Van Damme investigating human organ trafficking against the backdrop of a prison rodeo.
Yes.
Which has suddenly occurred to me, because we never actually said anything about... We swapped these bits, but we didn't say anything about swapping directors. That means we have Jean-Claude Van Damme in a film directed by Sidney Poitier.
Well, there you go.
Which is just fantastic. I don't know why that tickles me. But this week... Well, what are we doing this week?
Well, this week we will be looking into Death Crazy. When Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor find themselves in Harrison County Jail in a very difficult situation.
Yes, we do. By the way, you know, last week you were saying, you thought there was somebody who was in both films.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't, as far as I can see, but there is an actor connection.
There's an actor connection, yeah.
Not between the two films. Actually, oddly enough, within the same film. Excuse me 1 second. Try through.
A few moments later.
In Stir Crazy.
All right.
You have, what did you say his name was? Wilson? Deputy Warden Wilson?
Yes.
Played by Craig T. Nelson.
Yes.
And Gene Wilder's love interest.
Yes.
Played by Jo Beth Williams.
I don't know the connection. You'll have to spell it out for me.
As certain Mr. and Mrs. Freeling. Poltergeist.
Oh! I can't believe I never made the connection.
It was only because I remember the character from Stir Crazy.
Yeah.
And I couldn't remember who played her. And I
Yeah.
looked up and I was like, oh, hang on a minute. Oh, shit.
So there is kind of a connection.
Yes. No more preamble. We're going to go straight into pre-production with this, and then probably hopefully quickly straight into Act 1. I suppose the one thing we have to consider here is, I mean, I know we've said that Harrison Penitentiary is a completely different animal to Glenborough Prison. It's a lot tougher prison.
Oh, yes.
So we can dispense with having the Sandman.
Yes.
Bring me a dream, Burke.
Are we happy with that? Do we feel like we need to have any kind of, 11th hour antagonist drop in? I mean, we've got, was it Sergeant de Graaf? And things like that. There's the Mexican guy. I'm sorry, I didn't catch his name.
No, I didn't catch it. I don't think I caught his name. Hang on.
Puto. Remember me, eh?
I didn't catch his name.
Never mind. But yeah, so there are other people that we can elevate their position if we want to within the narrative as it exists.
I think that you're probably right in what you were saying last time, that I think they have the work cut out for them as it is. I think if we put in an actual bad guy in there, the peril would go up drastically.
Yes.
And we might be in danger of breaking our movie.
Because the only thing that I did think, and again, just spitballing, throwing it out there, is that when we get to the point where Jo Beth Williams' character catches up with the guys who actually did the robbery, that they get caught, but because of red tape, they can't just release them. This will probably be because of an Ugly Because movie, if we do it in the thing itself. There's not enough room at the county jail to hold these guys, so they put them in the prison.
Oh, right.
So instead of getting the Sandman, we get the two guys who committed the robbery.
No, that's really good. No, that really works.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yay!
Yeah, have one. I mean, it gives us a bad guy, but they're not as high a league of threat as the rest of the inmates of the prison.
Exactly.
They're just regular prisoners, but because there's no room at the county jail...
They're there, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Harrison Penitentiary is supposed to be somewhere in California. You know, it was Burke coming back to LA.
Yes, that's right.
Thing. So if you want to, I know again we're talking about in 1980, not 1990, but you could say, just to feather our pillow.
Indeed.
The reason
your pillows.
The reason why there's no room at the county jail is some form of riot in LA, because those things never happen.
Of course they don't. No, especially not in the early 1990s.
Exactly. So you could say something like that. That's why the county jail lockup is full.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd buy that for $1.
I'd buy that for $1.
Is there anything else we need to discuss?
No, I think we should go in bare ass and just see how it goes.
Off we go. Again, a very quick reminder, as I always say, we are under normal Maybe Movies rules. We are going to go through this act by act to try and figure out how these two characters might work in this plot, whatever this plot ends up being. We have One Because Movie, which we can use to fundamentally change an aspect of the film to keep it rolling. Otherwise, it's all up here or it's all down there.
Yes, indeed.
Like all Act 1s, the part of the start of this is going to be pretty much the same. I think we're going to get everything in New York is going to be the same.
Yes.
Meeting our characters, them deciding to strike out for a better life.
Yeah. And they said they were heading for California, so that all makes sense. It lines up with what we're doing. Mm-hmm. You know, we're just supposing that they actually get to California.
Yeah.
It's really, that's all we're doing in terms of changing the plot. Really.
I was going to say, what about if this whole thing that they were doing, their little act in the bank?
Oh, you'll save money, knock on wood, when you do what a good woodpecker should.
They've kind of been doing this across, so maybe not all the way across the country, but from that first point where they get to that town, they've been doing it in different banks to kind of fund their journey to get there.
Right. Yeah, I like it. It gives us continuity, fills a little bit of empty space we've got here in the first act.
Yeah.
But eventually they make it to California. Mm-hmm. They do their number, and then things go wrong for them.
Yes.
Bro savings.
So we'll still get all of the scene when they first meet those two guys in the bar with the and banged up inside for 125 years.
Yeah, holy crap, that's just on rails.
Strike a pose.
It's weird how this happens so much with these. I mean,
It really does.
I mean, even the mashups are a bit like that. Is there anything we want to change? I mean, I suppose we can have a play with when they get to prison.
Yeah, when they get to prison, things are going to be different. It's going to go differently. But that's the second act. Oh, no, you said it was the freak out.
I said, yeah, when they freak out. When they
freak out. All right, okay, so let's think about this.
Because we get DeGraff with his, what did I put it down as? Monkey nuts and eyeballing.
Yes, that is one way to describe it. Yeah, we've got that, and you know that Gene Wilder is probably not going to do it just once. He's probably going to do it several times. Mm-hmm. I can even imagine he'll bend down and get, oh, pardon me, I think I got in the way of your stick there for a moment, and bends down again to get the thing.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I like that. Because that's the thing you have to say about him, you know, for a skinny guy from the East, he can take a punch.
He can take a punishing, yeah, that's for sure, yeah.
Wait a minute, I'm not a troublemaker.
And of course you'll have Richard Pryor, you have Harry there going, no,
Yeah.
trying to calm him down. And then again, as we said, as soon as he's calmed him down, it goes the other way, and Harry starts losing it.
Yeah.
I'm tipped up. Harry, for God's sake!
We get to meet Hawkins when they pick up their prison gear.
Yes.
Their toothbrush and towel. And then we get to the no more hitting, which I do feel is probably going to go pretty much the same.
Yes. It's just the response, I think, is going to be different.
The response would be different, but their actual freakout would be the same, I think.
Agreed. Do you think it's going to be, straight to solitary? Or would we be shooting our load a bit too soon? Uh-oh. Metaphorically speaking.
No, but we can have, God, what's his name again? DeGraff. We can have DeGraff going, here's how brutal I am. I already showed you once, I'm going to show you again. Or he orders his wardens to do it and he just stands back and watches, which just shows off his power.
Yeah, that would be better. Yes.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, we could even, at this No, I like that there. Let's save it for later. Because again, I said we could even have de Graaf feed into something that the warden from Glenborough does. You know, well, we're obviously not getting through to him, so let's beat up the other one.
It's a little bit early for that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit early. But I think that gives us our act.
That is Act 1, I'm afraid. Sorry.
That is our act.
It's a short and sweet, but yeah, that's it. 2 seconds and we will be back with Act 2. We've sort of blasted through that one very quickly, a little bit too quickly. It was a bit of a worry. We need to just, I suppose, very quickly set our end goal. I mean, obviously they're not using the radio to try and escape. We need to push them to wanting to escape. It's not somebody's got an idea about escaping. I think they need to be the instigators.
I don't know why, but my brain immediately went, it would be something to do with the laundry that our escape.
You know, in Act 3, that whole bit where they run through all of the back rooms and that during the riot?
Yeah.
That's the way out.
Yeah.
All the way through the plant room or whatever. That's how they get out. It's just how they get there. I know you said last time that these guys are nincompoops. So is the riot accidental? Or is the riot deliberate? And either way, do they end up being seen as the ringleaders of the riot? Whether they put it in motion on purpose or not?
I want to say yes for comedic value.
To which? All of it?
Sorry, yes, it's an accident. Mm-hmm. And yes, they get mistaken for the ringleaders.
Brilliant. So I was thinking about this, obviously pushing them to wanting, no, we can't stay in here, we need to break out.
Yeah.
So again, we can use things like the incident in the canteen.
Yes.
With Perez when he picks on Hawkins.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And of course, it's Skip that comes to his defence.
Of course.
Because I don't know, do we want to do a repeat of what they do when they go to county, where they're like trying to give it some swagger?
That's right, we bad. That's right.
Richard Pryor, certainly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you get Hawkins come up and like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stop that. No one's buying it. And then Perez comes and starts on him.
Yeah.
And then obviously Skip steps in, which then allows us to have our scene later, or in a couple of moments' time, in the shower room.
In the shower room, right, okay, yeah.
I also thought what we could do as well, again, just to really lay it on really thick, you know, we want de Graaf trying purposefully to make an example out of these two.
Yes, of course, because they're a disruption to his night and a neat and orderly person.
Yes. So I thought maybe you could have Skip, and you'd have to do it in such a way because Skip's not a malicious person, but, oh, I love you, you're fantastic, I'm going to put you in my book, and you're going to be nobody.
Oh, right.
So it really kind of rankles him. So, oh yeah, okay, he's going to immortalise him as nothing.
Yeah, Mr. Nobody thinks he has a little power, and...
yeah. So, right, oh, okay, you want to play, do you?
Yes, I agree.
Yes?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, go on. Yeah, go on, that's nice. So just really layer in the antagonism.
Yes.
So that more or less covers mealtime. Mm-hmm. Will he do the same thing that Burke did? You know, try to sit with the black dudes first? Or do you think Harry would sit with the black dudes and Skip would follow him?
I think
and then there would be that moment.
Yeah, well, when the Nazis kind of turn around and go, oh, come and sit with us.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we've got to have him. He really has to, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go and sit with yours.
That table's for the white folks.
So Harry's kind of torn between like, no, don't leave me, but also at the same time, oh, yeah, you go and do that.
Yeah.
You know, he's got to try and find some kind of something to raise his humour somewhat.
Absolutely, yeah.
So sending his buddy, who technically got him into this, making him go and sit with the neo-Nazis. So you could even, oh Jesus. We can do like a little scene of Harry's already back in the cell, which there's another thing about that, but I'll come to that in a second. And then Skip comes back and like, oh, you know, when you get down to it, they're not actually that bad guys. And he goes to take his shirt off, and they've given him like a swastika t-shirt. What are you doing, man?
Yeah, we should do that. We should do that.
But it also made me think, what are we going to do with the guy we losing what was Van Damme's cellmate?
What are you doing here?
I always forget his name. He's another one whose name I never quite caught.
No, I didn't. Oh yeah, because of course that's the other connection. Also not another connection. The other like, oh, there you are.
Hey, there you are. Well, hi, do I know you? No, but that's where you are. You're there.
In Deth, Warrant, our nefarious doctor.
Ryerson.
No, not Ryerson, that's his contact. The actual doctor himself.
Oh, right, yes.
Armin Shimmerman.
Yes, I noticed that,
yes.
Yeah, I did notice that. I went, Clark!
Yeah, that's what you look like without makeup.
Yeah.
So we'll have him in this, which would be interesting if we can find a way of using him. But yeah, so do we want to try and get his cellmate or not?
Right, there is a way we can do this, which is kind of, I think, would be de Graaf's thing as soon as he realises they're friends, would be to separate them.
Yes.
Because there was a white block and there was a black block.
There was, yeah. Yes. Take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to really...
So they'll be in separate cells, so they'll both have cellmates. We could make it easy and say that Harry gets Hawkins as a cellmate, but I don't know if you think that would be too cheesy. Because Hawkins is really the guy in the know, isn't he?
Hawkins is really the guy in the know, and I think that would work because Hawkins has been there long enough that they know that he's a bit of a loner. He associates with the others, but he kind of stands a little bit apart.
Yeah.
And the fact that they went in to seemingly help him, they also know that it will slightly rub Hawkins up the wrong way to put somebody in a cell with him. So,
yeah, good point. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
And also they can have a conversation about weed.
Oh, yeah, always having a conversation about weed.
Jesus! You could have a mustache!
So basically that takes us to the laundry room ambush.
It does, yeah. So is it going to be just Skip? Or are we still going to keep them together when they're outside of the cells?
Oh, no, I don't think we want to go that far. That would start to make our story very awkward later on.
It would do, yeah.
I was just thinking if they're sleeping in separate cells, then, at least they're separated some of the time. So we can do things with that time. But I think they should be together, personally. Because there's like two or three of them that actually come in. It's the one dude who's doing the ambush, but
yes.
He's not alone, is he?
No, because he has the great Al Young with him.
Oh, yes.
As Bruce.
I noted that name down.
Yeah. We get him come back. Oh, Jesus, how is this going to work? Because these guys don't fight. It's really weird because about shortly before I watched this, I rewatched Hear No Evil, See No Evil. Mm-hmm. And in there was a bit in a bar where they fight and they kind of win a fight.
If I remember rightly, they're giving each other instructions?
Yes.
Yeah, I do vaguely remember that bit, yeah.
Which actually works really well. But obviously this isn't them. We were looking for the comedy in this, but at the same time, we have to show that this isn't Glenborough. So, I don't know. I reckon they get a beating.
I think they do. I mean, I think we get a bit of a chase around the room.
Yes.
And it almost looks like it's going to be a comedy moment, and then one of them gets smacked in the face and it all goes to a grinding halt.
Mm-hmm. We can throw in a couple of very silly slapstick moments, like one of them trips one of them up with the broom because they've got the mop.
Yeah.
Or some soap on the floor, almost.
Yeah. A little bit of slapstick, just when it looks like it's going to be a comedy scene going, no!
Yeah, then no. And then kick the legs out from under you. Oh, maybe don't show this one to the kids, Martha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you say that name?
Right, yeah, no, this is where it gets sticky.
Well, no, it doesn't, because we can go straight from this to the first visit from their lawyer and Jo Beth Williams.
Right, yeah.
Oh my God, what's happened to you? And so we can kind of set things in motion, like we're looking into it, we still don't think he did it. The little girl said she saw a tattoo, we're looking into that. He can be all beating himself up because this is such an easy case, I should never have lost this, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we've still got that connection to the outside.
Yeah. Susan is her name.
Thank you. That then at least gives them a ray of hope.
Yes.
You've just got to hang in there. And it's like, it's easy for you to say that, but you're not here. Because it's weird, because Harry never goes to see them. It's only ever Skip, isn't it?
I mean, we can change that if we want to. There's no reason why we shouldn't. But it's usually one person gets a visitor at a time, don't they?
Yeah.
I think it's probably just the prison rules, isn't it? All right, what we can do maybe is take this time to start formulating a plan. We're going to be here for 125 years.
Yes.
I can't do this anymore! Something like that.
We've been here 4 days, I can't do this!
I think we should occupy quite a section of the second act with them planning an escape.
Yes. Which
may or may not actually come to fruition.
So is that it? They plan an escape that backfires and triggers the riot.
You see, I was going to go back to what you were saying just before we started on pre-production about having the robbers come to the prison.
Of course, yes.
And I was wondering if they would start the riot. Because they're trying to get at... They're trying to get at the two people that can possibly prove...
Yes, of course.
That they're supposed to be in prison.
And there's that wonderful... There's a lovely sense of symmetry there that obviously Skip and Harry are inside because these two guys impersonated them.
Yeah.
So when the riot starts... They think that Skip and Harry are the ones who instigated it, even though it was the bank robbers. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful. No,
thank you. Oh, thank you. I'll take that.
I'm going to say this time, that is an onion.
Thank you. I do like the layers.
Yes. Fantastic. Okay, that works. So, yes. And obviously for that, we can then bring in stuff like visiting the priest.
Yes. Because they need resources and they need to know more about the prison, how it works. And...
Yeah, and if anybody knows how to get things in and out of prison, it's the priest. Which obviously means that we can have lots of fun with... possibly ladies.
His ladies.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Which again would be a nice replacement for Rory. Naturally gravitate towards Harry.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Just very quickly again, touching on Skip's cellmate. Do you think we still get a similar kind of thing where he's like, you pay for your privileges?
You get down on your hands and knees. And you pay.
It's just how do we get Skip out of that situation? Do we get him out of that situation or do we just Cut to black.
I think Gene Wilder would say cut to black. Leave the implication hanging. Just enough said.
Next time we see him, he's just picking his teeth.
Yeah. Or gargling.
Harry comes round and he's just in the corner gargling and spitting in the toilet.
Yeah.
Everything right? What? Yeah, it's fine.
Fine.
Let's just go hit the yard. Oh dear. Before we go any further, very, very quickly, this seems like a good time to...
Of course.
Do a thing. And the thing that we do is a quick shout out. Again, this one isn't going to be for a channel, but this is for my good friend and fellow writer and actor Simon Michael Morgan, who is also one half of the Strange Fascination Theatre Company. This is more to do with something that he's doing for a good cause, and that is for the Great Ormond Street Hospital charity. So all the way through June, Simon is going to be doing a sponsored sit-up, doing 50 sit-ups a day in June, looking for a target of £500 to go towards the Great Ormond Street Hospital. So obviously, if you have got some spare cash, I think they're about, well, at the time of filming, they're about 20-25% of the way there.
Nice.
So if you do have a few spare pennies, there will be a link in the description to where you can donate to this great and very important charity and cause. And Simon, you know what you need? You need an 80s montage, and this will just fly by.
You need a montage!
So yeah, keep up the great work, buddy. Thank you very much again, as always, for all of your support with what we do here as well. And feel the burn, man! Feel the burn! Xadrum is more than just curious content on YouTube. We're also a small publishing house with books covering a range of genres from 1940s pulp adventure to children's novels and even a touch of the macabre for those who like their literature on the dark side. Our titles are available in both paperback and ebook formats. Ebooks are available on Amazon, but physical copies can only be bought exclusively through our website at xadrum.com. Jeff's got enough cash as it is, so why not help us little guys grow and thrive? Links can be found in our banner and in the description to all of our videos, and we look forward to helping you indulge your itch for escapism. So maybe that's it. They are talking about then we need to get out of here. We can't do this. You know, we have to. And it's Hawkins that says you need to speak to the priest.
Yeah.
So it's Hawkins that takes him down there, which I think it is anyway. No, because it's his cellmate, isn't it?
It is his cellmate that takes him down to see Priest in Death Warrant, yes.
But I think we've got a better in this time because Harry is in with Hawkins.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go
exactly.
that way. Do we then get Skip trying to get Susan to bring him in some cash?
Yes, I say, for the sake of the plot, but I'm wondering if she will. Do you think she's that sort of person? Well, she was quite a do-gooder, and I think she believes in them, right?
Yes.
So I don't feel it's too much of a stretch for her to at least come up with $500. Mm-hmm. So I'd say yes.
Fantastic. And then we get the priest.
You want a lady?
So let's say the priest has... The priest has got blueprints.
That would be it. It was always one of the things that troubled me about the end of Stir Crazy, is how did they know so intimately the layout of the rest of that rodeo complex?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is definitely a...
Because they knew exactly which panel to remove, exactly where to climb.
Yeah, thing came out to drop into the toilets and all that kind of thing, yeah. So how she gets the money to him, she gets to bring... I don't know, I know it's a bit cheesy and I know I'm stealing a little bit from Shawshank. Mm. So they have a poster on the wall. And they stick the blueprints to the back of the poster.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, take it.
Yeah,
yeah.
Cool. So whenever they come,
that's a nice touch.
When they turn up at like 4:00 in the morning to trash the cell on the auspices of a cell search, but they're never going to look at the poster because tits. If you're Gen Z, feet.
Yeah, I'm not going there.
Yeah, no, let's not.
I do not wish to discuss that. So yes, we'll do a bit of a Rita Hayworth.
Yes, no foot good. Juice here. If you know, you know.
I'm going to say it's because it's 1990. I should go a step further and say it's Canada Brooke.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
She
was the lady in red.
Oh yes. Nice little nice nod there. By the way, I found out only the other day, I didn't ever realise that Gene Wilder was originally from Milwaukee.
Was he really? Didn't know that.
So they've got the plans. Who else do you think is going to be involved? Because they don't really have any friends in there. So far, we've kind of steered away from involving Armin Schumann, Rice, or Meyerson, or whatever, but we've not really needed them. I mean, we can throw some of that in now with what we were saying about if they want to wail on Skip, then you wail on Harry. So we almost get the equivalent of they drag him off to the infirmary and the guy in the bunk next door tells him that he had his nuts removed or he had a nut removed or something. Or are we pitching too much?
No, I'm actually thinking that maybe we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. We haven't even done solitary yet.
We haven't.
Yeah, and we have to do that.
We do.
We could give absolutely any reason to stick him in solitary. By this point, De Graaf is going to be thoroughly fed up with these two.
Yeah, because he's tried everything and nothing is working. Are we getting anything else from Perez, or are we just happy that he blends into the background now?
No, let's bring that back and give that the reason for him having to go into solitary. There's another confrontation.
So De Graaf engineers a confrontation.
Yes,
Perez
let's
to
De
do
Graaf
something.
engineers, that's better.
Yeah, to do something to put Skip in a bad light. And
Perez is only too happy because he's been embarrassed in front of these guys enough.
Exactly. And that's what ends up with Skip going to solitary.
Yeah.
This act is now it's starting to feel a little bloated because we had such a short first act. Well, short, what we covered in Act 1. We should then... Oh, no, that's not going to work. Because it wouldn't seem like leaning on Skip if he's already in solitary if we do the stuff with Harry. I was going to say let's have those happen concurrently, but it doesn't work because the whole point of doing it. But then again, at the same time... It would work because...
So Harry's in solitary, so he's not there to back up Skip.
Well, Skip's in solitary.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought we were sending Harry to the infirmary. Skip went to solitary.
Well, no, because obviously in Stir Crazy, the whole reason why they go after Harry is to get Skip to agree to the deal. Well, there's no deal in this.
I know.
So we can have the two happening at the same time.
Exactly, yes. Yeah, I think so. That the deal with Harry being in the infirmary is just part of De Graaf's sadism. And then the thing with Perez goes on, and he goes... Lovely, you go into solitary, son. Here comes the hose and all the rest of it. So give them a really low point, and then, if you're agreeable, because you're right, this is getting to be a little bit of a bloated second act, I think we should round things off by having Susan identify the tattoos and getting them arrested.
Yeah.
And that being the end of Act 2.
We can extend that little scene, because I know you see her going to phone the police.
Yes, but we'll take it further. We'll follow it through the arrest, and then there's no room in county, or there's no room at city. Send them up to Harrison.
Yeah.
It's the only place with space.
Which brings us to the end of Act 2 with them going, oh yeah, new fish. And obviously they're on the other side and they're like, hello.
I think so. I think that works as a second act.
The only thing that we need to do is they need to know who these two men are.
I was thinking about that.
I mean, if we want to just say, we can seed it in earlier. Skip is a writer. Let's say he's got close to a photographic memory.
Right.
He's got a good... We'll just throw in that he has a good memory for faces. Oh, hey, it's those two guys that we met in the bar.
That'll do for now. I was going to say that when she realises that these two are being sent to Harrison, she immediately gets on the phones to try and get a message to them. Whether it gets through to them or not, we can debate. But I think Susan would immediately go, oh, we don't want that, that's no good.
So she tries to get a message through to them, she calls the prison, and the only person available to take the call is De Graaf.
Sure, we don't see too much of the warden in this one, do we?
I don't think we ever see the warden at all.
Good point. Yeah, really good point. Yeah, sure. Yeah, De Graaf.
So, is that right? So it's the guys who actually did. They're coming here, are they? Well, we'll make sure to let them know. Basically, yeah. And that's the end of Act 2.
That was an evil little smile you had there. But yes, that's the end of our Act 2.
Fantastic.
Woo! Well, I'll tell you right now, as far as I'm concerned, this is either going to be a complete shit show or a good laugh.
Yes. I suppose the other thing that very quickly that we haven't really touched on in Act 2 is their plan.
Something to do with the laundry. I don't know why, but it's one of those things that regularly goes in and out. And in fact, I'm fairly certain that a number of people have escaped using laundry systems in real life.
I mean, even in Death Warrant, they have him hiding in the laundry basket.
Laundry basket, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's conceivable.
Inconceivable!
I suppose the question we need to ask ourselves here is they are going to get to go through with their plan. My thought is they'll start to, but get interrupted, and that will be the beginning of the riot, and then everything from then will be chaos for them.
But they must have... can we do that? We are still technically trying to follow the beats, as many of the beats as we can from Death Warrant.
Yeah.
Priest has got the blueprints, but he's missing something. So we can still have the scene with the laundry cart. They have to break into the office to get the missing piece of the blueprints.
Okay.
Which again comes with all of its own comedy shenanigans.
Yes.
Now we can either do that in Act 2, because I think there was already enough in Act 2. What about if that's what they are doing when the riot starts?
Right, okay.
No. Sorry, it's a good idea, but I think I might have taken it to the wrong place.
Ooh, no. It's too many options.
There's too many questions.
There's just too many.
First of all, we left the end of Act 2 with them in solitary / the hospital wing.
Yes,
So
and
we need to get them out.
De Graaf knows that the two guys who've just arrived are the people that...
Do you think that's it? Because De Graaf knows he releases them, knowing that they'll go back into Gen Pop and be dealt with?
Yeah. I think so. All the connective tissue is there. I think it's not quite lining up. No, because what I thought was this. Because once they know, it depends. Are we having Skip and Harry know that the two guys have been caught? And not so much that they're in prison with them, but that they have been caught. Because if they know that they've caught the guys that did the robbery, all they have to do is sit tight until the red tape works itself out, and they are released. And their plan to escape is null and void. If they don't know that they're going to be released, then they can still go ahead with their plan. If they do know they're going to be released and they put the plan on hold, and then the riot starts, that forces them then into having to escape.
We ought to just videotape this, play it back in slow motion.
Do we have a television anywhere in that prison that we remember?
Not that I recall, but we do have a Because movie.
Because a news report would be the perfect thing.
Yes.
That would be the perfect way to convey the information to everybody at once.
And that would have an interesting effect as well on the other prisoners, because they would, anybody who sees that would also know that, technically speaking, these are innocent men. Obviously, everyone in prison is innocent.
Yeah.
These actually are innocent men.
And I will go one step further and say that when the guys do get to the prison, De Graaf tells them, you see those two over there? They remember you. They can ID you.
Again, I think this is an instance where we get one each.
Yeah.
I think we've both
I agree.
we've done some brilliant work there, yes, definitely. Harry manages to get his way out of the infirmary with nuts still intact. Skip comes out of solitary.
Much the worse for wear.
Yeah, they think they might have a moment's respite, and then these two guys.
But at some point, either when they're arriving or just before they arrive, they need to see the news report so that the game's up, and they know they don't have to escape. Otherwise, we'd have to send them down the escape route plan, and it's going to get more complicated.
It's going to get more complicated. Yes, putting the TV in, I think that's our Because movie.
There might be a rec room. I have difficulty finding a reason that we could put a TV in their cell, but there might be a rec room.
I mean, the other place to put the TV in is down with the priest.
Oh, yeah, priest could get a TV. Yeah, no, I like that. That layers back into everything we've been building up so far. So that's good. Yeah, I like that.
So they go down to see him for about something, and he's like, well, wait, you don't need to, man. And shows them the news report.
Use free men.
All you got to do is sit tight. And so they go back up to Gen Pop feeling elated and almost immediately...
see Gene Weller going,
yeah! And almost immediately run into those guys. And he recognises him because he spots the tattoo.
Yeah.
Because we know that Susan's already told him about the tattoo. And they can make a beeline straight for them.
Can I just, for a second?
Of course.
Not them make a beeline for him. So they're coming up from priest and then, yeah. Somebody drops an arm around her shoulder.
Yeah.
I see you boys are celebrating. He looks down and sees the tattoo.
Tattoo right there, yeah.
The eyes go wide.
Yeah. And obviously Harry, again, who's always one a little bit behind, doesn't know who they are, because he wasn't there for that part, because he didn't go meet them.
That's right.
So he's like, yeah, guys, we're in it. And Gino was like, no, stop. He's trying to make friends with them, and like, no.
Yeah.
And then the penny drops.
Yeah.
That's when we get our last visit from Susan, because the message hasn't got to her, and that's when they find out red tape.
Yeah.
The judge who sent you down put X, Y, and Z in place. He's now gone off and is overseas for the next 5 weeks. We cannot overturn the case without discussing it with the judge who sentenced you. Something like that.
Or the Attorney General would be closer.
Yes. But yeah, you just have to sit tight.
Yeah.
It's going to be a few weeks. We can't wait that long. So then they go back to the escape plan. Or we can do, as I said, the riot happens, the hand is forced, because they don't even have...
I think the riot should happen and their hand is forced. Because that way we can be true to the ending of Death Warrant, but still have that plan and still have that stuff going on. But ultimately, as you said, we're trying to hit some beats from the original movie, and the original movie ends on a riot. Okay,
so let's do that. Do we still want to keep the bit, as I was saying, with them having to get into the office to find the missing part of the... I know how we do it.
Oh, light bulb.
Light bulb.
So we can include that in part of their planning stage in Act 2, but they don't get the plans. Something happens. Either it's, you know the bit where he tries to push the drawer back in? So we do it the other way. When he pulls the drawer out, it squeaks. So he never gets the plans. But if we say, because it looks like that might be like one of the offices next to or adjacent to where Burke gets dragged into during the riot, in Death Warrant by de Graaf.
Right.
So if we're going to keep that moment where they get dragged in there and then the riot spills out and they get freed, I think the priest comes and saves them.
Yeah.
So they're in the office. That's when they grab the final bit of the puzzle, right when they need it most.
Hang on a minute. I think your thoughts are getting away from me a little bit. Are we planning on them to actually escape during the riots?
Yes.
Right.
I think so.
So they right. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay.
I like that idea of them getting out.
Okay. Yeah.
So how does the riot start? The two big questions. How does the riot start and how do they get blamed for it?
It's relatively easy to see how they could be blamed for it because de Graaf is just a problem. I said it should be an accident and people would blame them. I'm thinking it might not be an accident now. Well, with what we've set up, I feel like these two that have come in, they're going to start the riot. It's like you said a few minutes ago, they get mistaken for the ringleaders when it's actually the guys that did the robbery that are the ringleaders.
But at the same time, so what we can also feel here is tensions are rising. To avoid a riot, they want somebody from the prisoners has to go and speak to the guards. They know Skip is quite brainy because he's been in there a few days. A few people know him. He's a writer. He's good with words.
Yeah.
So that's why they push him forward to be their spokesperson.
Yeah. Okay. So for you so far,
and while he's doing that, the other two actual criminals use that as cover to start the riot. Skip is the public face. They believe he's the mastermind. Yes.
Right, okay. You're too smart to not be the mastermind of this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'd buy that for $1.
And if we say that when he's doing that, Harry isn't with him, well, you two always run together, you must have been running interference while he was starting the riot.
But you asked me to come... Yeah, something like that. I can't do Gene Wilder like Gene Wilder could do Gene Wilder.
Exactly.
You know, the man can improvise like anything.
And then we get our riot. And in the confusion, they meet each other again. They find Hawkins.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's take a step back for a moment and let's talk about the real reason the riot starts. So my thinking is, a couple of angry white dudes robbed the bank, right? Mm-hmm. Bunch of angry white dudes live in the prison. Mm-hmm. They're Nazis. Mm-hmm. Do you see where I'm going with this?
Yes.
So I'm thinking a racial incident of some sort is what's going to spark it off.
Okay.
I bet those two would fall straight in with the Nazis as soon as they arrive at the prison. And that immediately puts them on a trajectory towards violence. Because, I mean, that's the first time you see them is punching the living shit out of things, isn't it?
Yeah. And especially as we know that by this point in Act 3, or certainly even by the end of Act 2, certainly Harry, and to a lesser extent... Skip. Yeah, Skip are kind of in with the blacks.
Yeah.
So that works. Okay, so the riot starts.
Maybe to give a little bit of credence to the accusation that Skip is running interference whilst Harry is starting the riot. Maybe it starts because they use that as an excuse to go after Harry, and there's a confrontation between the blacks and the whites, and the whole thing kicks off.
Yeah.
So it does look like Harry was starting the riot, sort of.
Sounds,
quote unquote.
And of course, all of the guards saw from the position, because there was people in the way, is they saw what looked like Harry doing something he shouldn't.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And that's obviously what gets reported.
Yeah.
So then we get another news report in a twist in this story.
Yeah.
And so then we get like mugshots of them and stuff like that on the news, which again we can say that then brings Susan and her cousin back into it, because they then see that news report.
Yeah.
Oh my God, things are going down in the prison, we need to get out there.
Yes, and they should. They should come out there.
Yes.
We need them there at the end to bring the authorities in, to bring everything under control again, don't we?
So we can then have de Graaf grabs Skip and Harry.
Skip and Harry, yeah.
Yeah, and drags them into that office with some of his men, like they do with Burke.
Yeah.
We then get Priest to come in and save them.
Are we going to say that de Graaf and his men were going to execute them?
Probably.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just wanted to check.
Yes. And so we're like, Mommy!
Oh yeah, proper little freak out, yeah.
And then Skip's like, hold on! And then nips into the next room, grabs the final piece of the plan.
Yes.
And then that leads them down in towards the plant room and all of that on their escape. But of course, they are spotted doing this by those two guys, so we get them in pursuit.
Okay.
Which then allows us to lose Hawkins on the way if we want to.
Did we lose Hawkins?
He didn't die, but he did.
De Graaf went for him, but...
Priest saved him. Then that's the last we see of him through the rest of the film.
You make a deal with the priest. This is what keeps.
Yeah, because he's a lifer.
Yeah.
He admits he killed someone.
Yeah.
You know, morally speaking, we shouldn't really be letting this person out. Nobody ever said what Priest did, but I imagine it's something bloody degenerate.
More than likely.
You know, with his hair and everything. Right, so where do we go with the plan then? Because I thought we were dropping the plan for a while, so I never bothered to go into too much detail about it.
We could go through the laundry. That's it, isn't it? That's the bits that's missing. They can figure out most of the route through all the gubbins and the workings of the prison to get out.
Yeah.
They just can't find the entrance, and the piece of information is it's through the laundry.
Ah, right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, brilliant. Yeah. And yes.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you.
Oh, there. Right in front of me. What am I like, folks?
The last stall in the corner, the drain covering is of a different size to all of the others. It's just big enough to let somebody through.
Ah, right, okay.
And that's what lets you into the workings, and you can make your way out from there.
And ultimately out through the what would be, I suppose, the laundry chute?
Yeah.
That loads up the trucks that drive off with all the laundry?
Something like that, yeah.
And because it's inside the gubbins of the hospital, inside the gubbins of the prison, nobody would suspect it.
Yeah.
Because nobody would think somebody would have a chance to dig through a manhole in a shitter to get through to the laundry system.
But it's only because the riot's going on that they can
yeah.
make the noise that they need to break it open enough so they can all get down there.
Absolutely. Makes perfect sense. Brilliant.
And that also means because of the damage they have to do so they can all get out there, that also means there is enough room for the two guys to follow them.
Oh, so we're going to have RG to follow them. Oh, right, okay.
We may as well. I mean, unless we want to just... Because they play such a small part in So Crazy. I mean, we can just leave them out of it at this point and just turn the attention is them going through the escape.
I have to admit that was where my brain was going. I'm
happy with that.
I wasn't expecting any special showdown. What kind of a showdown would we have?
That's the thing.
Jean and Harry, Skip and Harry, they're not strong men, they're not combatants.
They win through their guile and their wit, don't they? They don't win with fists like Van Damme does. So, yeah, no, I agree.
Maybe we could have our cake and eat it. Maybe we can have them follow them all the way through the system so that we create this chase scene, but then when they get outside, Susan's already there with the authorities.
Yeah.
So they just walk straight into another pair of handcuffs. It slipped down.
Yes.
It slipped down somewhere. Right.
Oh, well, never mind. Yes, have one.
All right, thank you.
Just remember you have one more than you actually have.
So it looks like there's going to be a showdown, and then the police are like, put your hands up.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And this time they are actually exonerated and they are free to go.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Phew. And so, I mean, obviously, within that, because there is this kind of very sort of mixed sort of tone to the film, we can still have the moment where, in this case, Hawkins just says, I'm where I'm supposed to be, and doesn't go any further.
Yeah. Again, we're doing Shawshank a lot, but he's like Red.
Yes.
Red wants to do his time. He wants to do it honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
And Hawkins is like Red. He just wants to keep his head down and do his time.
That sounds right. But the question is, do we want Priest to get killed or not?
Did Priest get killed? Oh, crap. I forgot about that bit. Yes, of course he does. Yeah. Yes. What's your thought? Without an overarching bad guy to be blamed for his death, what we've got is a bit of queer-coded violence.
Yeah.
And that makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, agreed.
Unless there's a strong reason we should. Like I said before, we never really find out what Priest's crimes were.
No.
We just guess at them. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say he lives.
I'm going to say he lives as well.
He might get a beating.
Yeah, it's weird because you've actually reminded me of something I was thinking about the other day about this. And you can actually have him saying, he says he's where he wants to be for all the noble reasons. I'm where I want to be for all of the wrong reasons. Why would I want to be out there?
I've got my ladies, I've got my stuff, I've got my bling, I've got my weed.
Yeah, exactly. I get fed, I've got a roof over my head. What more do I want?
Yeah, no, that works better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it is just, Skip and Harry against the two blokes who I couldn't even find accredited even on IMDb.
No. No, I never saw the names.
And as you say, yeah, we come to an ending, they are out, there's cameras there, and...
I mean, we can finish it there on the scene, or we could do an epilogue scene, if you want.
I think we use it as an opportunity.
Maybe Harry and Skip and Susan finally arriving in LA.
Because the film kind of ends quite quickly, I would say let's wrap it up in this moment with, reporters going, Mr. Donoghue, it's Skip Donoghue, isn't it?
I think so.
Mr. Donoghue, how does it feel to be free? Well, what can you tell us about prison life? And he'll just go, well, you'll have to wait and read the book.
Yeah.
And then you could have Harry go, and come and see the film. Come and see the film, So we are almost setting up that they're already feathering their nests.
Of course. Like. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. It's a nice touch. And a nice ending. So there we have it, folks.
There we go. So we're going to do what we normally do, take a couple of minutes, gather our thoughts, and decide which way we want to vote.
Don't nobody go nowhere.
So I am on a pretty respectable 11.
I feel like I've cheated somehow. I don't know. I don't know we've ever had this many before. Well, Yep, that's 13.
Is that including the one that's missing?
Oh, no, that's 14.
Mother.
Good lord. Apparently I had some ideas today.
You did, so it's me first. This one's tricky, actually. I wasn't...
Yeah.
It's tricky because I kind of like both for different reasons. This one I like because it was a bit more work. Yes, again, I think we've taken, as sometimes happens, slightly broader strokes with this than we did with Stir Warrant.
It was inevitable.
Because there's so much of the comedy that we can't replicate.
Yeah, we can't translate it, we can't transpose it.
So we have to just go, something funny happens here.
Yeah.
And then leave it for better minds than us to fill in those blanks.
Or at the very least a second draft.
Yeah. Oh, God. I don't know.
Oh, wow. It's not often that you feel that way.
I'm going to have to say, I think for this month, I think I'm going with Stir Warrant.
Stir Warrant. Okay.
For something that we were both going into it very dubious about, I think we raised it above, obviously not Stir Crazy, but we certainly raised it above the level of Death Warrant, the elements that we transposed into it and how we made them work.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And just that, even those little bits at the end, like having his crew being the ones saving the audience, and just adding those extra little layers in there really kind of just elevated it. And I think for a Van Damme film, I think we did more stuff that felt special and interesting in elevating that movie than what we've done in this.
That's an interesting point of view, and I have to admit, I wouldn't normally consider it from that point of view. I'd normally consider it from which one is my favourite. Yeah, because on the face of things, Stir Crazy is a better film than Death Warrant.
Yes.
Just is. And so therefore, the relative improvements that we've made to any given film is going to be more than we could possibly do with Death Crazy. So I think I'm going to agree with you. I think it has to be Stir Warrant.
Yeah.
You know, obviously it's up to you folks to decide how you feel about that, but I do think I agree with Max this time.
Fantastic. So there we go. Our votes are in. That's 2 for Stir Warrant, nothing so far for Death Crazy. But obviously now it's over to you lovely people at home to decide which one you prefer. We'll be running the poll in all of our usual places, so it will be on the community tab here on YouTube. It will be our pin post to the Xadrum Twitter page, and it will also be for the next 24 hours on our story on Instagram as well. As I have been doing with these recently, I will run the polls for as long as I can on the relative platforms. The best place to vote will be here on the community tab, where it will be running until the end of the month. Next month is July. We don't do maybe movies every 6 months, so there'll be none of this. It's far too silly. Next month.
We won't get there, it's very silly.
Yes.
Quite agree. Silly.
But we will be back in August with our 6th anniversary. In fact, screw it, because we aren't here next month, on the community tab, the poll will keep rolling through until the end of July. So keep getting your votes in, and I will keep spaffing this one all over the place for the next month or so to give everyone a chance to vote. And then in August, we will announce which one wins.
Indeed, we will.
So that's it for us for this month, and we'll be back every week with something new. Until the next time we see you, as always, please do look after yourselves, look after one another, and take care.
As always, guys, TTFN. Blah! Blah!
Ba 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 ba.